My name is Bridget Brundrett. I am an adjunct professor at Texas A&M University-Corpus Christi. I am also the president of Griffith and Brundrett Surveying and Engineering in Rockport. I've been working in the county surveyor's office in Rockport for over 20 years. I'm also a prior military. I was a paratrooper in the U.S. Army, and really build on those experiences. I was a previous employee of the Texas General Land Office in Austin, Texas, and best 3 years of my life was working for the GLO. The historical knowledge gained and making contacts with people was extremely helpful in the surveying industry. I stated I've been in the Aransas County Surveyor's office for 20 years now. My father is the Aransas County Surveyor, and he's been there over 40 years. As a surveyor in the state of Texas, I believe it's paramount that you understand the functions and history of the General Land Office. Most surveyors are geographic, or they work in a specific regional area. Knowing your original abstracts or your original Texas land surveys is important to know how the land in your county or your area of expertise has been divided over years. For instance, as I live on the coast in Aransas County, we have most of our boundaries are dynamic. So when I'm working on a specific abstract, I need to know, is it a Spanish and Mexican land grant, or is it from the Republic of Texas and Ford? And that's because in a Spanish and Mexican land grant, if I'm doing a mean high water, it would be a mean higher high water. And if I'm working in a Republic of Texas or United States grant, then it would, a Republic of Texas grant, it would be just mean high water. And because along the coast, all the boundaries are dynamic, you're going to need to know where you are. And that research starts right here at the land office. The key aspects a surveyor will need to know when coming to do research at the land office is, number one, your county, your original understanding the language of the General Land Office. They call OTLS, which is the original Texas Land Surveys. You need to be very familiar with your abstracts. You need to know what land districts your original abstracts came out of, because that's the foundation for how they have mentioned they file their documents here at the land office. And really just understanding the basic terminology, the patents, if it's a preemption grant, if it's a donation grant, you need to know where your land came from. And that's what's so historically important and makes the General Land Office so significant, because everything started from this office and was divided from public into private land. And that is very important for a surveyor in the state of Texas to understand and know how to navigate the tools here at the land office. A surveyor, to utilize the GLO's tools over time, needs to make contacts at the General Land Office. They have the experts in every single one of their specific fields here at the land office, and it's knowing the right person to connect with. And by doing that, that will save you time and research, and you will be getting the most up-to-date expert information available here in the state. The basic functions of the General Land Office are they manage all public land still available in the state of Texas for the Permanent School Fund, which help funds public education in Texas. They also have programs such as the Veterans Land Board that helps veterans get low-interest loans through the VA, and I don't know if that's particularly accurate, but that is one of the functions. They also, the land office is the repository for all these historical documents, across the state. The land office is responsible for archiving the records for genealogy research. For instance, as an example, my great-great-grandfather received a patent, and so we researched that here, because in order for them to get granted land after the fighting in the Battle of the Alamo or fighting for the Republic of Texas, they had to prove their military service. And so those original documents, their discharge papers from the military, from the Republic of Texas, a lot of them are here in the land office as part of their land grants package. So a lot of that genealogical research is available here. The historical significance of the General Land Office is because when Texas became a state from Mexico independence, the first land commissioner, James Borden, his main function was to go around and collect all the original Spanish and Mexican land grants that were already distributed from the Spanish and Mexican government. and they brought them to a location, not this one, and it was their job to begin that process of archiving these records and validating these patents. And at the time, Texas was land rich but money poor. So the land in Texas was their currency as a poor state. And that's what the land office was formed to gather all that information and help move forward from public lands into private ownership. And we are a meets and bounds state in Texas, which means, land was parceled up, not by section and township, but, well, maybe West Texas, but, it does have that, all those records were here, and that was the main historical function of the land office. Again, one historical knowledge a surveyor needs to know when they walk into the land office is what land district their original patent came out of. And that's something that the land office employees have touched on, and that goes along with their archiving process, how land was divided, from the original public into private hands. The available resources at the GLO from a surveyor's perspective that I would use on a daily basis is, number one, the original abstracts, original patents. Those files are all located here at the land office. Contacts. If I ever have a question, general land office specific, the chances are the person that is the most expert in the state would be located here. The genealogy research, maps, historical information, previous surveyors' field notes that might have been filed here, coastal boundary surveys. All those resources are here at the land office and available for the public to view.